Jason? Rip?
Well, he's not in Mumble, so he's not here to cast. But we will, I think, take a very quick break. This next match is going to be starting up very, very quickly.
That's a lie. It's already a knife round. I'm hopped in here, man.
Oh, my God.
It's Conquest versus Coastal. And we'll be seeing these two teams face off on Cobblestone. I don't know if DJ is in here as well, so I'm just going to radio voice this knife round for you guys. I'll give you the quick play-by-play as Stanislaw takes down Rush. Stanislaw going to find Daps as well. He's already picked up 2 kills so far in this round. And we see Rex picking up 2 himself before he goes down. Dumore and Invert going to be able to chime in, and that leaves Shazam in a 1 versus 3. Make that a 1v2 as Drake gets chopped down and Shazam falls in the long run. So we'll have to see what side Coast decides to pick for their beginning here, and it looks like they're going to go for the CT side.
So, sort of what you would expect. They go ahead and pick what is, at least especially for NA, the stronger side of this map. It's interesting to watch the Europeans play, and we see a lot of T-sided, occurrences happen, but this map plays pretty fun since the update that they did to it, so pretty fun. Sound like an idiot. But I actually enjoy watching this map quite a bit. Some people still don't enjoy it, but I actually enjoy just the competitive side of it. But this bomb site, the B bomb site they're executing on right now, is the one that the terrorists have a lot of success on, and they're actually going to go ahead, get the smoke out, pick up a couple of frags. But are they going to be able to get the bomb down? There's a lot of damage done to their stereo side and being dropped one at a time.
Yeah, and already a really, really good start here from the CT side as they've got him very, very low to close this round out. And Drake coming on the big flank. He's going to be able to find backs of both of these players, but he gets neither. Dumore is going to go ahead and clean it up. He gets the triple on the round, and Team Coast going to be able to find that one.
All right.
So we'll continue to radio voice this one for a second. I believe our streamer's game went down for a second. He's going to go ahead and hop back in here for you guys in just a second. So a little unfortunate for that one. But we are going to see a buy-up draw soul going for the Nova.
Yes, and my Lord and Savior is here.
Jason Moses O'Toole back in the house. I don't know if I call him the Lord and Savior.
The internet's back, boys.
The parter of the Mumble Seas has arrived.
Perfect.
Ooh, Team Coast as well. This is the new sponsorship team. They just hooked this up. I think it was earlier today.
Yes, they did. And we are going to see some action heating up here at the mid corridor as Stanislaw going to be able to open things up. But Rix and Daps answer back, so it's a 2-for-2 trade as you've got Drake, Dumore, and Drossel, the triple D over there on the CT side trying to make something happen here. And Drake coming under fire from multiple angles. He might get caught out here as you see those Tech 9s trying to go to work, and Shazam's going to come around the corner. Such a distraction being dealt here in the P90 from Daps, and Shazam finds Drake, and that leaves it all on the last player, Dumore. He pushes the smoke through the double doors, and he's going to be able to find 2 out of the 3, and that leaves Rix, but he's booking it over towards that B bomb site, and this is actually a clever play from Rix. He picked up the bomb and kind of baited his teammates to get this bomb plant. They did go investing heavily into this round, but look at how far away Dumore is, and that bomb being planted at B is going to take some time off the clock. He does have a kit. So we'll see how Rix decides to play this. He's going to go up towards the broken wall hallway, and we'll see if he's able to execute Dumore. And so this is kind of a clever spot for Rix to play in, Moses.
Yeah, I mean, he just has so much time to reposition. And you could even see Dumore, once that bomb got planted, he's all the way on the A bomb site. He just, just kind of knows he's got such a tall task. So he's probably just going to stick this because he has no clue where Rix is. And actually, this is getting close. Rix is a peak, so what is that? Dumore's just going to win the round for free. His real only option, because there were so many things that Rix could have been doing, and it bails him out. So the balls on Dumore there are big.
Yeah, I mean, just full stick in the bomb. But again, that second bomb plant gives enough money in the bank that they're going to go for a force buy here on the Conquest side. So this is kind of interesting to see. A Tech 9 for Rush, Shazam with the Tech 9, 2 AKs and 2 Galils now. Shazam's going to get the Tech 9 and a Galil in hand. But look at the nades. 2 Molotovs, 2 smokes, and 2 flashes. Not a lot to work with here on the Conquest side.
Yeah, I'm still just stunned that Rix doesn't peek that whatsoever. So, that's just giving up a free win. Really unfortunate how that 1v1 played out, because he played it so well up until that point, but...
Maybe he didn't see the wires.
Yeah. Jesus, don't even go there.
You know,
Let's
I
not
mean,
even go there.
that's kind of the thing now, though, isn't it? It's like everybody's talking about how fake diffuses aren't going to work. Well, that's the perfect situation where if Rix peeks out a little bit, he sees that he's on the bomb and he commits to the fight. If he doesn't see the wires out, then obviously he can fall back and bide his time a little while longer. I mean, Dumore did have time to fake it once or twice before he actually committed to it. He just decides to go, you know, Big D style and just stick the diffuse.
Either way, all these defenses are very spread out. Only really Dumore and Drake have any chance of bailing each other out of a gunfight. Over at the A-bomb site, Invert and Stanislaw are playing very, very individual, so it's going to come up with some huge plays here. Dap swings out wide, he falls first. Shazam's over at the fence, and meanwhile B, where the real hit is coming in, this is all just a fake, but it's cleaned up now, so 2 on 5. I mean, Conquest really has nothing to go off of here.
There you go. Rush is going to be able to find one. Dumore sprays him down, and this is a very different looking Conquest squad than we saw on Train last night.
Yeah, well, it's
just, I mean, it's only 3 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, it's still very early. But either way, they do get cleaned up here. I mean, that fake just doesn't work out for them. They go for that 3rd round buy. They did get the bomb plant, so it doesn't work out. Now they're going to be forced onto a save. This is actually a map that Conquest is pretty decent at going back towards the last season. They had a couple good matches. I remember Shazam specifically on this map seems to know the angles with his AWP very, very well.
Yeah, but if they keep forcing up like this, they're not going to give them the opportunity to use that AWP. I mean, they went for the pistol armor buy in the 2nd round, Tech 9s and head armor. And the round after that, they go for Galil's and Tech 9s, and it doesn't work out for them at all. And now this boost from Drake might be able to yield him a number of kills here. So he's going to drop one, lays the nade out. That's going to find some good damage. And look at this. He's just staying up there and battling. He finally loses his life, but Stanislaw... Hi guys, how you doing? I got a P90. I'm going to take down 3 of you before Rush can do anything. And Daps ends up actually cleaning him up and getting the P90. But the aggression all over the map here for the CT side of Team Coast.
Yeah, surprising as well, knowing that that was going to be an eco that they chose to be that aggressive. Either way, it pretty much eliminates any option. Even this Molotov forcing Daps it back, but he's so cornered in. They're so pushed up and aggressive. So moving forward, what's going to have to happen, because the money bonus, the losing bonus is going to start building up, but it's going to have to be Conquest. If they're going to run a fake like that, it has to be a little bit better done. I mean, they didn't get any trades on that fake over towards A. It was Shazam and I believe it was Daps that swung wide in that first gun round. I mean, that has to be traded. If you're going to run a fake like that, that kill has to be traded to force some kind of a rotate to alleviate the defense over at the B bomb site. So they're just going to have to do a better job of that moving forward.
Absolutely. So we're going to come into our next gun round, and let's see, do they have money for the AWP? No. 5,000. Shazam could go for the naked AWP, but he decides to go for the AK and utility. And now we actually see if this is really our first full gun round that we've had so far, and it comes in the 5th round because of the force buys that Conquest decided to go for early on in this one. Looks like they're going to be favoring a little bit of the mid-control style this time. No AWP in the hands of Invert, and he's definitely a very capable AWPer in his own right. We saw him last season in Premier with Lunatic. They actually won Premier last season. Stanislaw going to be able to draw first blood. He drops the flashbang out, or the smoke, but Daps is going to be there for the peek and takes him down. So the trade comes out even up 4-4.
Yeah, that's a bad trade, though. And once again, it's just very individual from Stan. And now at a 4-on-4, you can see the defense is going to get spread thin. It's forced Dumore to pretty much commit over towards A. So, I mean, this B bomb site, 1 player at drop and 1 player at fountain. That's a push you normally see in those A halls with 2 players to, you know, trade to back each other up to be able to fall back safely.
So again, Conquest coming back over towards this B bomb site, you know, filtering that bomb back over. You can see it's on the back of Daps, waiting for Shazam and Rix to work their way, or pardon me, Shazam and Nafly to work their way over towards this B bomb site and maybe try to make a commitment over in this direction. But there's 2 CTs to contend with a fast rotation from Invert as well. So really tricky to get into this B bomb site, but they're just going to walk it in, not even throw anything at the beginning of this. They do have an arsenal of nades to use, but making a footstep, there's the Molotov to go out, and now that rotation should be on from Invert, and it is, coming around from CT spawn. So really, it's going to be, are they going to be able to hit their shots? Drake holding from backside of Fountain. Invert works his way in behind Rock, and we'll see whether or not they can make it happen. Rick's going to be able to find Drossel. Invert is able to find one before Daps takes him down. And finally, Shazam takes out Drake. So Dumore is your last man standing in this 1 versus 3. And it looks like he wants to push up and go for it. But Rick's hits a nice shot, and Conquest is finally on the board.
Yeah, just a really weakened B defense that Conquest is able to take advantage of. There was no backup. That one player behind Fountain, he didn't have anyone really watching anything. No one to help him out, so he just gets swarmed eventually. But Conquest gets that initial pick, works their way back towards B, and they don't even need the AWP at the moment. But now I have a look at because these rounds have been pretty successful despite losing a couple conquests. You go back towards that 1-on-1 that Rick's lost, the money that was invested into the next round because so many players died. All of a sudden, this buy at a coast, 3 Famouses, and it's just going to be a straight up B rush.
Speeding things up, we talked about the aggression and how it plays out, but Dumore's going to push the smoke. He almost manages to connect onto that second player, which was Daps, very, very low, critically injured, but Daps is actually going to be able to find another one. Drake and Drawsoul, again, pushing through the smoke, and they get a handful of frags themselves, and it's down to Daps and Naf, and a 2 versus 3. Drawsoul down and out. He only had 1 HP to work with, and look at this. They're going to go for the reverse boost at this point and try to get Stanislaw on the big flank. Bomb yet to be planted. Still a minute on the clock.
Yeah, this is actually a really, really smart boost. So it's all going to depend on the timing at Stan, but actually Naf's watching for it, so he's not fooled whatsoever. He knows the timing. He gets dinked immediately, but still such low HP, and all 4 players here. The bomb does get picked up. I would expect it to be planted right now by Daf. Naf has readjusted
You just
his
said
positioning.
Daf and Naps.
Yeah, I did. It happens.
I liked it. Oh, sorry to call you out on that. I thought it was funny. Drake's going to be able to find Daps. And now they're down to the 2v1, but look at this Naf playing this very smart. He's hiding right behind the smoke, and he's going to let Stanislaw run on by. They have no idea that he's behind here. He's going to be able to creep right up. That smoke goes down, but he knows where he is in that smoke. What's he doing? Naf?
I don't even know anymore.
What?
I don't even know what that was. He played that once again.
He played it great up until the very end.
All right. Well, so that happens, and I don't even know what to say about that. That's just a really, really bad, confusing play.
Yeah. I don't get that at all. I'm kind of speechless on that, which is weird for me because I like to talk a lot.
It is weird for you.
Hey now. Play nice. So again, Coast's going to pick up another round here. That bomb plant does enable Conquest to pick up another, broken buy for the sake of the argument. Shazam going to have that Tech 9, and again, they're going to boost Drake up. So this boost has been working out relatively well for them in the past. Obviously, that flank last time gathered some pretty solid information for them, but this time he's just going to be holed up behind a smoke, and I'm getting a handful of GoTV lag. I don't know if you're getting the same. My SV at the bottom is going haywire right now. But there you go. Dink goes out on a Dumore, but he's going to win the fight.
Yeah, now I live in most of the aggression. That's the bomb down as well over towards B. So even if there's success at this A bomb site, which there's not at the moment, the bomb is so far away. Daps, he does get 1 long range. That's Drake down. He's got 1 close up to deal with. And the full rotation is on. 3 members of Team Coast over at the A site. Still, no one's picked up the bomb whatsoever. Rix is trying to look for anyone to rotate through the drop zone, but he's not going to find anything. And Coast can just sit back for the moment. They don't have to be aggressive whatsoever. 30 seconds left on the clock. The terrorists still have to gather up the bomb, reconvene, and fight their way into his site, and it's not looking lightly right now.
Yeah, and look at Stanislaw. He's already on the flank. I mean, these aggressive plays, these aggressive individual plays from Team Coast, I mean, they've kind of been working out in the long run, but Daps is going to get caught in the backstab. Well, maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah, he recovers, but... okay, so Conquest is going to have to... They're going to have to do something here. They're going to have to... You get Naf at 1 and 7, Shazam with 2 and 6. Those guys need to start fragging. You talked about it. A lot of force buys early on from this team, so he hasn't been able to get the op going into his hands. But some of these terrorist rounds, they need to come together. They need to start focusing a little bit more because they've thrown away a couple now. This is 2 rounds that they had a great chance of winning that have just been handed away.
Yeah, and a couple of their executes have just been sloppy for the sake of the argument. You know, the first gun round, the force-up that they had 2 players that tried to go over to A and sell a fake and didn't really do all that successful of a job at that. And the last gun round that they had, you know, kind of mixed all over the map, and they're not winning these aim battles. That's really what it's boiling down to for them, is they're making their way in towards these bomb sites. And again, there you go, Stanislaw. He does have Invert behind him, but Invert, he's not able to really do a whole lot of damage. Drops a kind of a flubbed nade there, but you know, these individual plays that we talked about, and now Rush has got a Glock out, and he comes around somehow. I don't even know how the hell he got where he was, but he does manage to take down Invert.
And now Drake's going to be the one who gets re-aggressive. Once again, very, very solo, pushing all the way up. Teammates far away. Shazam's going to swing out wide. He gets dropped by a nice headshot. It's Rush's turn. He loses as well. Drake going for a triple kill, pulls the snipe out. And there's Drossel covering over towards his long A hulls, but Rix does eventually get one before being cleaned up. But still, a lot of damage done, a lot of rebuys forced out for this defense.
And I don't know if you actually saw that, though, but pushing out through mid, I believe that was Rush that got that Glock kill in mid. He was alone, already on CT side of middle, and he had the bomb. Now, granted, it was an eco round, and, you know, it's kind of a throwaway, but if he loses there, then that's just, you know, a completely unnecessary death. And not only that, but they lose the bomb, and the rotation from the CT side just crushes everything that they have going for them over in that area.
Yeah, especially because they picked up a couple weapons, so they had a good chance in that. But, I mean, they get bailed out. They do a lot of damage. I mean, conversely, the defense did a lot of very, very aggressive individual plays, so that's kind of how Conquest is able to do economical damage. But still, it's getting to the point now at 7-1 where that's just not enough. They have to start capitalizing on it. And with the buy here, they have full utility. They're just looking for any kind of push over at A. They're not putting any pressure on it whatsoever. They're going to come back towards this B bomb site and go for an execute.
And again, Shazam, he's just watching for that aggression. Now, Stanislaw, he's flanked him out in that B hallway like 2 or 3 times so far in this matchup. Almost a third of the rounds, he's found himself behind them in that B hallway, but now they're trying to be a little bit more aware. But look at this bait play that they've got going on. Oh, Drake. I don't understand why he decided to peek there, but Drossel and Dumore are going to be able to find 1, 2, and 3. Shazam and Rix answer back, so we're on a 2v2. But Rix has got to be careful. He's got invert around the corner, and Stanislaw right there as well. And Rick's going to lose that aim battle, and Shazam with only 1 HP. He's trying to maybe find something over here with this bomb on his back, but, you know, a well-placed nade. They've got 2 nades and a Molotov to clear him out.
Oh my god, Shazam, he just blinded both of them, but, I mean, he doesn't get that kill cleanly, and now that's an easy cleanup for Stanislaw. So Shazam actually almost has a really good play that wins him the round, but either way, they recover. You're exactly right, that bait and switch was set up really well, and Drake just not feeling comfortable for whatever reason, not sticking into his corner. He gets spotted out, he gets killed from long range, so that setup is perfect if he doesn't peek there. Either way, they do manage to salvage it, but still taking a lot of losses in the process. Fortunately, Conquest not able to get the bomb down. They've only really gotten it down once, so I mean, this money isn't building up. They can't really rebuy too much as this looting bonuses build up. And now look at this fast play down drop. They're going to take the first kill. That's Drake. He just drops immediately.
Drawsol's there for the trade, but Rush drops another one. Dumore, though, he's been stalwart in the back of this B bomb site, but it's a split from drop, and Dumore picking up 2 more. He's got 3 on the round. It's all down to Rix in a 1v2. And look at this, Stanislaw somehow managing to find his way around the backside of that broken wall again.
Yeah, Rix even salvages an op here, so we can make something work. That's a nice shot on a Dumore. Good find. Is he going to be ready for Stanislaw? Long range. I bet he wish he had the op out at that point, but Stan cleans him up. Is he going to be able to salvage that gun? Yes, he is. He gets there just in time. So 9-1 now for Coast. Now we're finally going to see an AWP in Shazam's hands. Yes, we are. So he picks that up in the 10th or 11th round, excuse me.
Yeah, really late into this matchup for him to get an op finally, but at what cost is it going to be? And if he loses it beginning of this round, I mean, that's a huge investment wasted. I mean, you can look at the top at the economy, 27,700 invested on Coast and 26,750 on Conquest. So almost equal economies on both sides. But there you go, Rush, the aggression in mid. You're going to be able to find that first kill. And now Invert, he's got the AWP, going to find the shot on the NAF, takes him down. There's one more terrorist that's encroaching on that area as well. They're going to go for the boost up, and he's going to cost him his life. He does wall Rix, though, with the op before he goes.
Yeah, but, I mean, they get that initial kill on the Rush over in middle, over towards the A-bomb site. And there's no, I mean, that's a really good aggressive peek because there's no chance for the terrorists to trade it. So all of a sudden they have 2 kills. Team Coast finds 2 kills that aren't able to be traded, but there's Shazam clearing things out over towards drop, so he brings it into a 3-on-3. Now the defense is spread out. Now they have to make a decision because they only have Dumore over at the B bomb site, and he's going to be feeling a lot of pressure pretty soon.
Well, I don't know about that. The bomb is all the way over here in mid, and Shazam is working his way out, missing the shot. So Dumore capitalizes on another missed shot there from Shazam. And now the push is coming mid.
Not enough aggression from these 2 players. When that kill comes out from Shazam, they know the rotation's got to come towards. Daps isn't going to clear his angles. There's Stanislaw with 1. But that's the thing. When you get that kill, you force the rotations. Those A players needed to make that move much quicker because that's when the rotations come in. No matter, it's not necessarily what the actual is because we have the whole mini map. It's that perceived pressure. When you see a smoke coming over the wall as Dumore is the only person in B. When you hear footsteps, when you see one person, that's going to cause a rotate in the 3-on-3.
Yeah, and unfortunately, maybe a little bit of breakdown in communication on the Conquest side because they're slow to get up there, and Stanislaw hiding himself very well. I mean, picks up the double there, and look at him. He's aggressive again through the A halls. He's already pushed all the way out. Drake finds first blood onto Daps, but they're already out through Broken Wall. They're going to be able to find one. Nafly chimes in and trades that. And there you go. There's another frag for Nafly before Drawsoul can finally silence him. We're down to a 2v2. And this quick strat actually finding a lot of success here at this B-bomb site in this round. And Rick's trying to get a little overzealous there. That Molotov, though, high. Gonna flush him out, and he actually manages to get away.
Yeah, Stan just missing a couple shots there. There's really not much he can do here. Might just want to save this gun. Actually, they're going to be able to save anyway, so he's going to go for it. See if some luck is on his side, but it's not. Ricks plays that one pretty well. It's second round for Conquest this late in the half, but either way, they force an eco now, so that 2 can turn into 3 and 4 very quickly. So that's a good round to find here towards the end.
No, I don't know if you caught it or not, but did you see the ending of our Complexity Method match?
No, my internet was still done.
Method wins 16-13.
Oh.
Not what you were expecting.
Intriguing.
Sanks went off, but unfortunately none of the rest of his team did. I think Valens ended up with 4 kills by the end of the match.
That's unfortunate.
But now we see an eco round coming out here from the coast side, and there's a trade. Rick's finding the HE grenade kill, but look at how heavy the stack is towards this B-bomb site, but Shazam's going to be able to tap away Drawsoul. Daps takes down Dumore, and Invert goes down to the hands of Rush. So there it is, another round on the board for Conquest as they get 3. But go ahead and finish your thought there, Moses.
I mean, it's not super surprising, just because from watching Complexity the other night, they had a lot of issues on their cash matches, especially. Where I mentioned they had to win like 6 ecos to do it. So, I mean, you're not going to be able to rely on that match after match. You're not going to win that many eco rounds, obviously. So, Method has some talented players, so it's not super surprising because I didn't see anything on Complexity last night that would have made me think they were going to beat anyone up tonight.
Yeah, Method jumped out to an 8-1 scoreline to start it off. They were 7-0 at the very beginning. But here it is again, the aggression at drop. And Stanislaw is going to draw first blood. Invert gets the AWP frag onto Daps, and now we're down to a 3 versus 4. Shazam, though, going to equalize, taking down 1. Oh, just barely misses the shoulder, but he gets the snapshot on Drawsoul. And Nafly is going to flush out Dumore with a well-placed Molotov. And here comes Drake on the flank. Going to be able to find one more. Shazam at 12 HP, but he does have the AWP, the one-shot weapon. See whether or not they can line this one up. But look at this Drake coming all the way back around through the double doors, and Shazam is going to put himself into a beautiful position. Done and done. 10-4 now. Conquest finding some success late in this half, 3 in a row.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that round especially was won by Shazam with that AWP. So you can imagine they didn't get it into his hands until like the 11th round. So maybe that has something to do with it because now that he's picked it up, they've rattled off a couple straight. That's a very good round by him, finding some entries, bailing him out of a tough spot. When they lost the initial 2 players, I mean, that was a 3-on-5 at one point.
Yeah, it was. And Shazam coming in, getting those. And it's like you said, if they would have just waited for that economy game to come around in the beginning of this matchup, what kind of damage could they have done? This could have been a much closer half. Instead of being possible 10-5, they could have been looking at an 8-7 or even an 9-6 in their own favor.
And one player, this is a gamble over towards this B bomb site, and unfortunately it's the wrong gamble, just a shotgun up close in these A halls.
I don't know if it's the wrong gamble. They're starting to filter over towards that B bomb site now as Conquest.
Yes, they do seem to be, don't they? They actually don't even seem to know where they were going to go for a second there. But yeah, now that but unfortunately it's taken so long that the gamble is broken up. The stack, they slowly drift away. So as Conquest makes their way over towards B, the stack of these pistols, Drake's going to find some action. Nice shot. He gets the first kill on Daps. But really, there's Dumore coming up from behind. Daps spins and grabs that one. Unfortunate. Invert with the scout close up. Can't do anything, so Drawsoul grabs one, immediately traded off. And it's just up to this shotgun. Not much that Stanislaw can do.
So we'll have to see if he can do any damage whatsoever, as Rush is the only one that's relatively low. He does find an AK. Makes a little bit of noise dropping that rifle, and Ricks swings on him. 10-5. Conquest rattle off 4 out of their 5 rounds in the last 4 rounds of that half. and now they're going to be on the CT side, and we'll see if they can capitalize with the pistol round victory here.
Yeah, but this tends to be a terror-sided map. So now, I mean, they've got themselves a little bit of a hole to dig themselves out of, especially if the pistol round goes the way of Coast. And you can see, I mean, Dumore, Stanislaw having a huge match, 17 and 16 kills respectively. So it's going to take a pretty big effort. I think Shazam's going to have to get that AWP in his hands as soon as possible. We see how important that was to their success.
Now, you know, we've argued the point of what side of this map is, but keep in mind this is North American CS we're talking about. Where you talked about before how European, when you were casting or watching Pro League for North America for the European side, how it typically was, you know, standard T side 9-6, 8-7, but then when we casted the North American side, it typically ended up being a little bit heavier on the CT side. Just, I don't know if it's because of the strats or what it was, but an even trade to start things off here.
Yeah, just very curious that both these teams sending one person up to like commit to fights over towards that long A. So I mean that's a 1-for-1 trade. But once again on this map, especially look at how the defense is split right now. They don't even have anyone watching drop. Rush is finally going to come over there, but there's so much space for terrorist teams to work with. This defense is spread very, very thin.
Rick's playing all the way in the back by the chicken coops. He's watching drop very passively. Flashbang, actually, pardon me, smoke. Decoy, I don't even know. It didn't pop yet. Nice spot from Rush, but he's only going to be able to get one and done. And now Shazam, he's in a great spot, but he's going to pop shots a little bit too early. Draw Soul spins and takes him down, and now that A-bomb site has been infiltrated in a 3v2. That bomb will get planted.
Yeah, Shazam's going to be really, really pissed that he didn't get at least one there. Invert spotted Naf coming out. Rix is up at the balcony, so there's one nice kill from Naf. Actually, a second one, so all of a sudden he's evened things out. Invert's got a big job to do. He can't connect with the shot quite yet, but he's got to take a fight. He's got to find a one-on-one. Rix is up close, and he just executes him from mid-range. So good retake. Naf doing a lot of work there.
Yeah, beautiful shots from Naf. Even after being spotted, he falls down into the pit there in mid and is able to find two nice headshots. Rick's finishing things off. And again, I like what Coast did. They got the early pick, and even though there was a trade that came out, they didn't panic. They didn't try to just bum rush a bomb site. They regrouped over by drop, and they went for the split onto the A bomb site. And they found success over there until that Rix and Nafly retake came in and just destroyed them with headshots from the USP.
But with that plant, no investment out of Coast. They upgrade some pistols, no nades. There's only one flashbang, so this is just going to be a heavy B play. See what kind of trades they can get, if any at all. Try and get that bomb planted, because it is going to be a third-round buy out of Coast.
And they're all working their way towards Broken Wall. They're going to go ahead and jump their way on out, and Dumore is going to be there. Rush finds the first frag. Nice shot from Invert, takes Nafly down, and we're trading back and forth relatively evenly. They're going for the bomb plant. Shazam trying to prevent that, but it is going to get planted. Nade comes out, and Shazam does clean it up, and that's going to leave it all on Drake here with 37 HP and the Tech 9, and now 0 HP and nothing. The defuse comes in, and Conquest going to pick up their 7th round, but back-to-back bomb plants, they might be able to put an AWP in the hands of Invert just based off of the economy that they're going to get from those two plants.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the update to see if they can. It might be a glass cannon, but either way, they might decide to go for it. I mean, this is a round where if they went that route, there's no one on the CT side that can really counter him. He can actually get light armor as well, I believe.
I was going to say, he can buy light armor here. He does go for light armor, but nope. AK. He bought the body armor first just to tease us, Moses.
Well, that's the safe play, because now, I mean, look at all the nades they have. They have 5 smokes. They can do any kind of execute they want. They're going into P90 and Faba, so they actually have the advantage in this round, you know, just a very small advantage. Shazam and Daps this time being aggressive over towards A. Shazam just shooting at feet from a nice angle. He's trying to fall away. He gets spotted out, misses the flashbang. Now they're going to chase after him. They've got to be careful. Daps is up at the haystack with a P90. He's ready to go at any moment, and there's Shazam. He falls, but no one from Coast clears out Daps, and he goes long range to the P90, and he gets traded immediately. So now the A-hit is on, but so is the rotation.
Nice shot from Drake, and Stanislaw finds Rush. Nafly, your last man standing, almost burns alive in a Molotov standing his ground against Drake, and he doesn't realize that there is a flank. And Daps long range with the P90, I don't disagree with that because there was a lurk coming around from long A, but he might have been able to time that a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he actually shot. They weren't looking at him. If he could have stayed composed a little bit longer, maybe waited for one person to come along or cleared it out before turning around. That was just the interesting part. But either way, now they're forced onto a save. They have some CZ, some P250s. And Costa's got to be very, very careful coming up towards this A bomb site.
Yeah, they got Daps over here by the stairs in danger zone, but he's going to lose his life. 4 HP left for Drake, so a lot of damage. And there you go. Rix is going to be able to find one and get an AK. He has body armor as well, but he's coming around, and he's not ready for that push from Dumore. So unfortunately, that rifle lost. That bomb is working its way through the mid-connector as well. Naflight going to join his teammate Shazam over in that area also. Rush, late on the rotation. He actually hasn't moved at all, and looks like he's lagging over here in the backside of this site. He does have 140 ping. Yeah, he's lagging out.
It's going to make this A hit much easier than it already was.
I switched to him and he was staring at a wall, so I knew something was up.
Did you see that bug? There's like a oh, actually, let's not even talk about bugs right now. I don't need to let everyone know. I'm sure everyone saw it. It was on Reddit earlier, but yeah. So Rush he's actually back now, so he's going to be walking around. But this is kind of interesting because this is Conquest. I'm going to bring it up one more time because, I mean, Rix gets solo aggressive over towards Halls. Dap did it on pistol round. They did it on one of the other rounds. So it's a situation now where if they're cognizant of that fact, they can actually just send someone over there to punish him long range. Just wait for him to push up, maybe with an AWP, but just say we know someone's going to get aggressive there, see if we can get a free kill.
7-12. 5 rounds the difference. Team Coast able to put a couple together here on their terrorist side. Now we saw Conquest. They weren't able to get it done until very late into the half. Now Team Coast already 2 rounds in the first 5 on their T side. So we're going to see another full buy coming out from the CTs. It's going to be small armors for everybody. No kits. That's the big part about this is, I mean, so far in this second half, it's been 3 bomb plants out of the 5 rounds. So no kits. Definitely not the situation that they want to be in here. Good opening pick, though, from Shazam. And now we see Shazam's going to be able to find that AK-47 fall all the way back up towards that A bomb site. But the bomb is going to be working its way in towards B. Molotov going to get extinguished by that smoke grenade. And now we got to see whether or not Naflight can hold on to the backside of this fountain. And he cannot. And now the spam's coming through Rush. And Rix trying to make something happen, but Drawsoul coming around from Drop's going to be able to catch the back of Rix, and now we're down to a 3 versus 4. And with that bomb planted, now the CTs have got to be in hustle mode. You can't do anything lackadaisically here, and Dap's going to be able to draw first blood back to a 3v3. Dap's down to 12 HP. Shazam trying to find something, but Stanislaw going to get the upper hand and take him down. Dumore finds Rush, and it's all on Daps with 12 HP. He's going to have to fall back. So another round on the board here for Team Coast. Whether or not they can continue to capitalize on this, Team Coast is yet to be determined, but they look really solid taking this B bomb site, and they've done it with great fervor so far throughout this half, and that's 4 bomb plants in 6 rounds, so 2/3 of their rounds they've at least gotten the bomb planted. The first 2 rounds went the way of the CT side with 2 defuses, and definitely going to bolster that economy once again. Look at the money that they've got here on that terrorist side. If DJ would be so kind as to bring the scoreboard up, you can actually see Stanislaw at 21 and 12, 21 and 11 for Dumore. Both of them fragging very, very hard right now, and a lot of money on the back of them. Dumore still sitting at 78.50 even after buying down. So 13-7, Team Coast up by 6, and still a lot of CS left to be played in this one, but Team Coast looking to put this one to bed as quickly as they possibly can. Good flashbangs and good smokes over towards the B-bomb site. And Shazam stuck by Broken Wall. Doesn't really have a whole lot to work with right here with only the 5-7. But the nade goes out right to the feet of Stanislaw, but somehow only does 9 damage to him, which is very fortunate for him. Must have clipped the corner of a wall or something like that. And Stanislaw lurks his way out the long B hallway. Rush looking for something to drop, but he's not going to find anything just yet. And again, Daps with the AK. He did manage to salvage from the round before, but unfortunately Invert's going to be able to take him down, and that's already the rifle off the board. I don't agree with that solo play at the A bomb site, but again, Shazam goes down. Stanislaw doing work this round. He's picked up 2 frags as well as Invert, and Drawsoul is going to find one as well, and that's going to be another player down. That's Rush off the board. And that's going to leave it all on Rix here with just the CZ75 trying to make something happen. Going to be able to spot the back of Drake, takes him down. He's got time to get this gun and get it out before he can comes into contention with Draw Soul, but he's going to lose that fight anyway, and that will be a 14th round now for Team Coast as they're up to tie point, looking to go up to match point, and a very, very tough spot for the CTs to be in here on Conquest. So again, just patiently waiting to see what kind of a CT side they can hold. They've had no success in the last 4 rounds. It's been all T side, all Team Coast. And again, doubling up on their score, 14-7. And it looks like they're just going to go for another quick execution towards that B-bomb site, or maybe go for that lurk out towards that backside of Broken Wall. Do more lining up a smoke. Going to be trying to drop one over into that B-bomb site to hold that rotation honest. Molotov goes out. Ricks looking to get aggressive here. Flashbangs, that's just enough to stop him. And a nice shot from Drake takes Shazam down all the way down in mid. They don't even need a scoped rifle to find that pick, as Shazam going to come out on the losing side of that one. And now we're going to have to see whether or not the CTs can hold on it. They're biting on those picks. They're going all the way over towards this A-bomb site. And you can see Rick's actually going to be able to find one, switching over to the AK-47. He's got one more to beat over here by the double doors, but he hasn't checked his back just yet. And now that bomb is rotating all the way back over towards the B-bomb site, and Draw Soul's out, just holding the angles right now. He's in drop, just waiting for Ricks to rotate around, and he's going to catch him as the smoke fades. So a 3v4 retake situation. And Draw Soul wasn't done just yet, does tremendous amounts of damage to rush down to 11 HP, but again, it's going to be a 3-on-3 retake situation. And they do have kits this time. Dap's going to have a kit as well as Rush. And we'll have to see whether or not they can infiltrate this bomb site, but that's not a good start. Nafly down and out as Drake takes him out, and now they're going to go fall back for the save for the final round, potentially the final round, as this CT side has looked really weak from Conquest. So the 15th round comes on the board for Team Coast. The newly acquired Team Coast was Lunatic from the last season, if you guys do recall, but again, they are doing some serious work so far in this first season in Pro League. Off to a great start here against Conquest, 15-7, match point at hand. Conquest has to save 8 match points here if they want to stay alive in this matchup. And Team Coast is looking to not even give them the opportunity for that. A FAMAS in the hands of Ricks enforced for the rest of the CT side. Shazam hasn't even been able to afford a AWP. But again, the aggression coming out towards the middle of the map, and Daps with another bit of a solo peek towards that long A hallway. And Moses and I kind of touched on this before. We don't really like that. That's not the smartest way to play that, is to solo peek, because you can just get overwhelmed so quickly, especially when they've got 4 AK-47s that could be bearing down on you at any moment. But look at this stack to the backside of this B hallway. 3 CTs all playing very close up. You've got Naf right at Broken Wall, and you've got Ricks as well, and they're very aggressive here. Daps holding in the mid connector, as well as Shazam over here in the backside by the APC armored vehicle. Flashbang down in through mid is going to find a little bit of damage, or a little bit of blind onto Dumore. But again, the push is going to be coming towards the A bomb site. Another pop flash comes out. They've got 1 lurking towards drop, but 4 at long A. And Shazam going to fall all the way back into the backside of that A bomb site, and he's just spotting for some heads to come around. And finally, the flank from Ricks. He's going to be able to find one, but the hit is on. It's coming towards that A bomb site, and we'll see whether or not the terrorist side of Coast can get in here and get that bomb plant. Drake going to find Rush. Shazam in the backside of the bomb site. He's going to be able to find one. Can he get a second? No. Invert's going to be able to find 1 and 2. That Molotov is going to be off the market. It's down to Ricks and Daps to save the match. It's Stanislaw in a 1v2 with that bomb planted. That Molotov shouldn't expand far enough. It does actually wash out far enough to catch Stanislaw and force him out, and Daps is going to be able to clean that one up. So Conquest saved 1 out of 8 match points. We'll see whether or not they can continue on further throughout this second half, as they do salvage the AWP for Shazam this next round. We'll see whether or not he can lock it down with the AWP. He had great success with it in the first half, and we'll see whether or not he can do it here in the second half. So another buy up here from the terrorist side of Team Coast. AWP in the hands of Invert, and we'll see if he has the the audacity to get some more aggressive picks here. You can see he's actually leading the charge here towards the B-bomb site, covering his mates, waiting for them to push on up towards that broken wall again. And you can actually see very aggressive is going to be Rush. And 3, they triple peek. Rick's Rush going to be able to drop 3 combined. Rush finally goes down, but Rick's going to continue to get aggressive, and he drops the bomb carrier. And now finally to answer the aggression with aggression of their own. Drossel, though, he's going to be able to pick up 2. He's got 1 HP. What can he do here? 1 minute and 5 seconds. He's got a lot of room to try to work his way around this map. And Ricks with 100 HP going to get up very aggressive here in the hallway at the B bomb site and just hold this angle. Well, he's going to go ahead and push on through. And Drossel on the 1 HP. We'll see whether or not that Ricks can do this here. He's positioning himself. For any of you that are wondering why he's looking directly into the wall, it's so he can see what direction those footsteps are coming from, and actually does manage to capitalize on that. So 9-15 is going to be the scoreline. Six match points left to save for Conquest. Surely they can't do this. Surely they can't bring this one back after such a deficit of being down 15-7. They're chipping away very, very slowly. It's going to be another fully invested buy round. And if Conquest win this, they might force Coast to save. It's going to be very close on that money situation. You can see 2 players with 3,300 plus and 2,100 for Stanislaw. The other 2 players 400 and 0. So not a lot of economy for their side whatsoever. But again, it's going to be gearing up to be a B hit, and this is going to have to be a flawless round for the CT side of Conquest. The nades go out. Good damage being dealt so far. It's going to be a late player down through drop. That's going to be Drossel, who's going to get caught out. He goes down. Napfly's going to be able to find one as well. And Rick's throwing away all the bullets out of that M4 just in case there's a late weapon switch. And Rick's still trying to find one through the smoke. He'll be able to find a little bit of damage on a Drake there, but he goes down to the hands of Dumore. Dumore gets traded out by Rush, but Invert's there with the AWP to find Shazam, and we're down to a 2 versus 2 post plant. And there it is, a 1 versus 2, and Daps your last man standing against Invert and Drake. He finds one, but Invert by the chicken coops with the AWP, waiting on the other side, spotting towards broken wall, just for this push to come out. The Molotov towards the bomb site. And that bomb is going to be way too far ticked, but Invert's going to be able to find the frag anyway. 16-9 is going to be your final score in this one as the Coast take it on cobblestone. So good job from them getting it done. And we're going to take ourselves a quick break again as we have another match coming up in about 15 minutes, guys. So make sure that y'all don't go anywhere, because we'll be back very, very shortly for more Counter-Strike Global Offensive, ESEA, and ESL Pro League coverage.